Hey there, Trail Keepers and Facebook fans. Crew leader, TKO staffer Josh here with another interview with one of our coastal volunteers. Today I have with me Alix Lee, and Alix works for the Tillamook Estuaries Partnership, which is a nonprofit located in the Tillamook area on the coast, and their website is tbnep.org. Check them out. Alix, thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Josh, and everybody else.
We'll go ahead and get right into the whole shebang. Where are you from originally, and what brought you to Oregon?
I am originally from Montana. I grew up there and then left for college. I moved to Florida for college. And while I was studying, I ended up doing an internship on the Oregon coast in Newport for a summer between my junior and senior years, and I absolutely fell in love with it and knew the West Coast was eventually where I wanted to be. So after college, I did everything I could to find a job out here, and I ended up in Klamath Falls as an AmeriCorps volunteer with the Nature Conservancy. And always been fascinated by the oceans, and my background's in marine biology, so I knew I wanted to make it to the coast. So after 3 years in Klamath Falls, I just moved to the Oregon coast and have been here since, and it's about 8 years, I think 7 or 8 years that I've been living on the North Coast.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get involved in trail work?
The fun question. So if you don't know my partner, Brandon, you should probably by now, since he's a crew leader with TKO, the North Coast Stewardship Coordinator.
And my frequent tool chap collaborator.
Exactly. So while I've always been interested in working outdoors, and my background from marine biology, I did environmental sciences and habitat restoration work, and did a lot of on the ground type work. I had never realized that trail work was actually like a thing that you could do as a volunteer until I met Brandon. And he introduced me to the fact that he had volunteered on the Maine Appalachian Trail Crew right before we met, and he moved out to Oregon. And then since then, I've been just supporting him as he's moved through the trails world. And finally, when he was a crew leader with Washington Trails Association 2 years ago, I got to go out on my first trail work party with them at, I think, Augsburger Mountain was my first trail party. I think so. And just have been able to volunteer on a few different crews, and since then, not as much as I would like to, but still just kind of getting more and more involved and learning more about the different aspects of it. So he's the reason, but not like or he's what introduced me, but definitely the passion for working outdoors has been there.
Very cool. We have, as I'm sure you're aware, we have a married couple who volunteer together as crew leaders very frequently, Elaine and Pat Kevney, and it's always fun when we have another couple, Terry and Charlene, that volunteer together frequently. So always fun when you can find something to enjoy together like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of trail work?
I haven't gotten to do a whole lot just yet, but I've gotten to dabble in just about everything. Definitely the one time I got to do a little sawyering was super fun. Just getting introduced to that, but I do really have enjoyed working on new tread construction out at the Neoconi project here that is my little backyard area. So that's been a lot of fun. It's definitely the new trail construction was something that was a great thing.
Yeah, well, I hope you get the opportunity to do some more sawing, as it is a very gratifying. It's a great full body workout, and it's got some interesting like puzzle complexity, and I'm very fond of saw work. Let's see. I understand you're starting to move a little bit into some leadership with TKO, looking at maybe transitioning into a bit of an assistant crew leader role.
Mm-hmm.
What is there something about that in particular that interests you or excites you about that transition?
Yeah, I'm excited, well, to learn a lot more too. Just in general, is to keep learning. And I feel like that's a good way to do it within the organization and take advantage of opportunities that exist out there to do more trainings and things like that. That's always something I enjoy working on. But then also just getting to work with even more groups of volunteers in that kind of leadership role. And I, part of my job is getting to teach and educate people about the natural environment. So if I can combine that with getting to actually do on the ground work, I'm super excited. So being able to kind of talk about why trails are in a particular area, or how water flows, or what that native plant is, or that invasive plant, I'm like super excited to get to combine a couple of different things that I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, it's one of the things I enjoy most about leading volunteers is you're not only a trail builder, you're also a teacher, you're
Mm-hmm.
a guide. You wear a lot of hats under the hard hat, uh,
Yeah.
and it can be really fun and challenging.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I really look forward to, is that as I get to gain more experience in that assistant crew leader position.
Yeah, and we as an organization are definitely dedicated to increasing the skill sets of our volunteers. We want
Mhm.
everybody to be able to deep dive into this stuff as much as they want. So that's exciting. It's fun to hear that that's something you're excited for.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. If you could be one, no, I've done that one recently. If you were a tree, which type of tree would you be and why?
Ooh, um, that's an interesting question. There's so many great trees out there. Sugar pine.
A sugar pine. Tell me
Yeah.
why.
They're so huge and beautiful and crazy, and their cones are just massively neat, and it's so exciting to come across them, and they just really, really stand out. And that's not even a coastal species whatsoever, but I really like sugar pines. If we're sticking with just coastal, I'd probably go with like a hemlock, just because the way that they lay, and they're just so fascinating to look at. Their needles, and they're just so graceful looking. I think when you see hemlocks, especially the young hemlocks, are really cool. So
Yeah,
yeah, sugar pine or a hemlock.
very cool. Oh, let's see. Do you have a favorite lunch when you're out on the trail?
Leftover pizza. It's gotta be one of my favorite trail foods, is if we have leftover pizza, to take that out. So that's always a great thing on the trail. But otherwise, it's probably just like a sandwich or snack. Cheese and crackers are really good, or even those little flavored tuna packs. Those make
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
Throw
Hmm.
that in like a little bit of pita bread. Yo.
Yep. I think all of the above. Like, I bring way too much food. Brandon can attest to this. I bring way too much food whenever I go hiking or on trail parties, but I eat a pretty significant amount of it. So
I mean, if you're consuming it,
yeah.
there's no problem. There's nothing I hate more than coming back with a bunch of food. It's like, well, I
Hmm.
carried this all over the place for no reason.
Yeah. I'm all
That's
about like having a very large variety of food to just kind of graze on.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep your energy up out there.
Yeah,
It's hard work.
it is extreme. Yeah.
Let's see. What's your favorite cool down beverage when you're done with a hard day's workout on the trail?
I particularly like iced tea or a sour.
Ah,
That's kind of my
sour.
thing right now, is to drink a sour. They just, especially in the summertime, they're really refreshing, and yeah. But iced
Uh,
tea is also good after a hard hot day. So kind of maybe both. Drink
yeah.
an iced tea to get refreshed, and then have a sour.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of hitting a nice cool glass of water and then following that up with a lager. I'm really
Hmm.
getting into lagers and really like easy drinking
Yeah.
summertime.
Hmm.
Um, so I think this will be an interesting question given that your husband is Brandon.
Yeah.
Um, and you certainly have probably a more more investment in with an organization than maybe our average volunteer. So I'd be interested in what you hope to see for TKO's future.
You know, I am really excited for the day that TKO gets to do some backpacking trips and wilderness area type or wild, more backcountry type trips. That just is such a fun experience to get out and get further away and to really access those areas that are heavily impacted and need a lot of trail work and don't get as much attention, it seems like, just because of the accessibility. It's so much fun to get out there and just backpack and really get to know the group of people that you're with. I think that's one of the great things about trail work is just the groups of people that you really meet, and those types of trips, either weekenders or backpacking trips, like really you get to know everybody out there and just form some really great lasting relationships.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course, just TKO's greater expansion through the state and just kind of there's so many things that the organization can grow into and really support and help getting just everybody out into the outdoors.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we hope to. You know, we had some volunteer vacations, some extended sort of work party experiences lined up, and chips sort of fell where they may. But it's something that we're definitely going to roll out in the not too distant future. So that's really exciting. And I encourage folks to keep an eye out for that. I think I'm going to let you go after that sort of hard-hitting piece of journalism. I want to again thank you for giving me a little bit of your time, and thank our audience for tuning in. We'll give a shout out to the Oregon Coast Visitor Association, who funds a lot of the work that TKO is out doing on the Oregon Coast, on the Oregon Coast Trail. And I encourage folks to stay tuned to our Facebook channel as we roll out some more digital training opportunities and some more in-person volunteer events on the coast, both the northern and southern regions. Keep an eye on our website, trailkeepersoforegon.org. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good day.
Hey, everybody.